everybody, this is Andrew from T is for Tech, and today I'm taking a look at another fitness device from Merach Fitness. As you can see there, I did have the exercise bike that I did a prior video on, but in this video, I'm taking a look at this elliptical machine. This is the E09S magnetic elliptical machine, and it operates similar to the bike, where you can sync your iPad or your iPhone to the device, and it can actually control the resistance that's happening when you're using the elliptical machine, right? So the idea there is that there's a bunch of different exercise routines, courses, classes that you can take on the iPad, Peloton fashion, and the machine will actually go ahead and adjust resistance so you can get a really good workout. This one also has a heart rate monitor built into the handles, so you can hold on to that and see your heart rate, etc. So what I'm going to do here is just go through what's in the package and kind of assemble it and show you how it's assembled. And at the end, I'll show you the iPad and how it works when it's all connected and set up. But right now, we'll just kind of take a look at this. Now, Merach does advertise that this is about 80% complete out of the box, which, as you'll see as I pull this out, there is, the majority of the machine itself is put together. But there's things like the computer that you need to insert and install. There's the upright arm pieces that you need to install, and, the footrest and things like that. But as you can see, the majority of the base of this with the flywheel and all of that is, it's one unit that's already kind of halfway assembled. One thing to note about both of these devices that I got in the past is that the styrofoam packing gets all over the place, so you have to be a little bit careful with that, but it cleans up pretty easily. So as you can see, that's the base. There's the other pieces and parts that were in the box, and right there on the floor as well. And, basically just kind of start to follow the directions, pretty easy to do, and put this together. So there is a manual, obviously, installation manual, assembly manual, shows you all the parts that you need to use in each step, and it's pretty simple to do, right? So I just started to follow the directions. Here I'm putting on the base on the front, and it gives you the tool that you use to tighten all of the bolts and the nuts and things like that. But it's, pretty straightforward. You put the front of base on, you put the back base on, and once it's stable, you can start to put on the other pieces, the steps and everything like that. Now, the one thing I was worried about was just this upright and how strong it would be. But as you can see, there's like 6 heavy-duty bolts that go in there, and you just tighten those all up, and they have washers and spring lock washers on there as well, so it should be pretty good and not loose. And then there's that cover that kind of slides over it so that you're not snagging anything on it, and it's hidden out of view, which is nice. And it's pretty easy to assemble, right? There's basically 2 footrests, or places where you put your feet on either side. As you can see, they mount kind of there, and then there's some covers that go over the joints on the back and the front and whatnot, and those are just plastic that kind of either snap on or you have to screw on. But you can see here I've got the lower part assembled. It didn't take that long, maybe 15-20 minutes. And then after that, it was just you attach the computer and basically the upright handles, and that's it. And I kind of moved it, replaced it where I had the bike, plugged it in, and that was basically the full assembly. It took me, I think in total, from where I started to finishing it took almost an hour, but then I was also stopping and videotaping and things like that. That there's where the iPad mounts, and there's like a stretchy clip that holds it in place. And overall, as you can see, it looks very well built. It's not flimsy at all. It does, it's very sturdy. And as you can see, there's a water bottle holder there. There's the computer with the dial where you can manually adjust the resistance and turn on the Bluetooth and sync it with your iPad or your iPhone. And overall, it's very, very smooth. The action or the actual elliptical motion, it's smooth. It doesn't make really any noise at all. And yeah, overall, it seems like it is a very, very nice device. So what I'm going to do in the next part of this video is I will go ahead and get the iPad set up and synced with it. And then I'll just show you a little bit of what the courses or the classes are on the iPad, how that works, and show you just in general what it looks like. So we'll jump on over there and take a look at the app. So here I have the iPad just set in the vertical orientation, and depending on what you're doing, if you're doing some of this free training, which is just basically setting resistance levels, getting on and doing, it just captures what you're doing, right? So you can kind of free train, adjust your own levels, do all of that, and then this kind of keeps track of it. So that's one, and that kind of sits in the vertical mode. And there's a few other things in the app that do also show up in vertical mode. But then if you get into some of the actual courses, which I'll show here in a second, it then wants you to put it in the sideways mode, right? So the horizontal mode, which is a little bit of a pain with the iPad, and at least the way that this is mounted, because I think I showed you before, there's like a stretchy mount, and then it like clips over the edge of the iPad. So, switching from vertical to horizontal is not super easy. The other thing I noticed is that in some of the course fitness things here, like ultra burning, there's nothing for the elliptical. So there's things for the bike, there's things for other stuff, but there's like not anything for the elliptical. So you can do timed practice, target practice, free training, and like I said, ultra burning, although there's nothing there for the elliptical. And then here, there's weight loss class, vertical speed workout, various workouts. And once you look at this one, for instance, similar to the Merach exercise bike, you can go through, they have instructors, and then you can, follow them and, whatever, and then actually go ahead and start the actual exercise right there. So like as I just mentioned, right, it kind of switches modes, so then you have to kind of reattach your iPad. Now you could potentially just leave it loosely there, but if you do, it might fall. So here I'm just reattaching that at the top. And I do apologize, I did not realize it when I was doing this recording, but the iPad screen has a lot of fingerprints on it. And as you can see, when he said add some resistance, you'll notice that it just went to resistance 12 right away. So again, the idea here is that the workout and the app controls the actual device, which is really nice.
Around 75 for 5 minutes.
And as you can tell, I was trying to record this. It's a little bit hard to record and actually do the exercises, but you get the idea, right? You just follow along, and you can hold on to either the center sticks that have the heart rate sensors, or you can hold on to the arms, which then move. But I do have to say, the actual action of the elliptical is very smooth. Not unlike anything you might have experienced at your local workout or gym location. It is very professional feeling, very smooth action, very easy to actually use. The one thing I might note, right, is the stride feels maybe just a tad bit short for me. I'm 6'1". I would like a little bit more of a like a circular motion for myself. Otherwise, I kind of, maybe I just need to get used to it because my knees were a little bit tweaked, I guess, as I was using it, but that could just be me. But overall, this is a really neat device, as you can tell, and as I showed when I put it together, very compact, very well made, very heavy duty. You know, I'm a bigger guy, and this, you know, didn't have any issues with my weight or anything like that. So you can take a look at this on the Merach website. Obviously, this is, again, the E9 elliptical machine. You can buy this on Amazon. I think right now it seems like maybe their website has some better deals. I'll also link in the description if I have any codes to share with you to get this a little bit on a discount. But overall, very cool, very similar to the exercise bike that I looked at before. You can use the Merach app. There's a few other apps that you can also use with this. Some of them may be paid or not, but the Merach app is free, so you can use that. And also you can just use the manual dial if you want to do manual training. So pretty cool all around, very interesting elliptical machine. If you're looking for something like this, definitely take a look at it. I think it's a good value. If you have any questions, go ahead and post those below. I'll be happy to answer. This is Andrew from TS for Tech. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.